actually be benefiting from it. Okay, hypnosis is inhibiting my handwriting again. Wow, that's bad. That's just abusive. Okay, write it. I don't have to be repetitive, by the way. And I can talk while I'm doing it. Logically and rationally. Exposing the hypnosis the entire time. Without affecting legibility and everything along those lines, because that's what's happening right now. I shouldn't have to feel back pain as a result of pointing it out. And refusing to get along with the hypnosis, and refusing to obey the post-hypnotic suggestions. And again, that was the hypnosis too. Okay, so it has to be neat and it has to be fast. And I have to be able to talk while I'm doing it too. Because these are the things that... Okay, this is an example of it. The hypnosis has just inhibited my ability to write the letter D in that word. By the way, also saying the word is another example. Okay, because this is... The hypnosis was also used really to inhibit me a lot, slow me down, and try to make me look like I was crazy, get me to stop reading. The hypnosis has done nothing but abuse me. Well, when I got hypnotized, they did nothing but abuse me. And I can talk while I'm doing this too. I can talk while I'm doing it. I don't have to obey or listen to them. I'm putting them in checkmate because I'm putting them in prison for this. Let's see here. So I might actually be able to do some specific things. By the way, they taught me to do something, and that's in graphology, that's known as the felon's claw. If you notice, I even wasn't able to pronounce the F in the word felon correctly at first because of the hypnotic speech impairment, which is further evidence that they're doing this intentionally to me. And so then, anyways, that took me like 2 or 3 minutes just to write 3 words. I was told that. And like I said, after rewriting this so many different times, this is what I mean, because by the hypnosis forcing me to rewrite multiple times. So then that was also felt very strenuous. I don't have to tense my muscles at all for this. I don't have to. I was hypnotized to think that I had to do this until 9 o'clock. I don't know what time it is right now. Let me see. It is 8:30. I don't have to do this until 9. I don't have to listen. I don't have to listen. I don't have to... Okay, watch this. I can do it. Okay, maybe I can't do it because I'm hypnotized and I'm being abused. I saw that Donald Trump, write it, did this. That, wow, okay, and also the word since. And then how I got tense there too, up until then too. That was another example, because the hypnosis is just abusing me. I'm being abused. I'm like, I don't know how many people have ever heard of MK Ultra before. I know there's quite a bit, but not, the majority of people haven't heard of it. Or wouldn't believe it if they were told it, at least. But there's actually a lot of evidence surrounding MK Ultra, especially because on it's like intelligence.senate.gov. They have a very large PDF document that I'll try to make sure to leave a link in the description actually too, for about MK Ultra. You know, and of course, if it's coming from the Senate, the United States Senate, you know, on their .gov website, that it has to have some legitimacy to it then. Okay, that hypnosis is really inhibiting me right now. But I'm just saying, with that, you know, with that being a fact, also there have been multiple news articles and everything along those lines, but apparently there was some attempts to keep it from gaining enough publicity to be well known or common knowledge. You know, it's something that the elementary school kids should be taught about, because those experiments were extremely unethical. There's ample amounts of evidence surrounding the entire situation, because the problem is that the Senate actually completely admits to it. So, I mean, it's like, you know, standing up for somebody after they're pleading guilty, saying, no, they're not guilty. They just said that they were guilty. They have an entire, you know, what is it, like, the PDF document is a, I don't know if it's technically like a study or what it is. I don't think it was technically a study necessarily, but it was a report, on their website. So they're verifying that the information is, you know, legitimate. And that I only wrote like 5 words that entire time. I was told that since Donald Trump did this, that I wouldn't have to. Okay, and then that hypnosis is really inhibiting me right now. It's extremely abusive. I need to hurry. I need to hurry. The hypnosis is impairing me quite a bit, actually. I wouldn't hate. Okay, wow. Have to. Okay, the hypnosis is inhibiting. Okay, I'm gonna, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, the hypnosis is inhibiting me, the hypnosis is inhibiting me. I don't have to keep repeating it. There we go. Oh wow, that's what the hypnosis was doing to me. That's freaking ridiculous. This is scary. So by the way, there's that one piece of paper, because I know that, I mean, hypnosis is extremely abusive, you know what I mean? Let's see. If he hollers, let him go. Hypnotized to repetitively chant that hypnosis. And that's another example of the hypnotic writing impairment. And my hand shouldn't be cramping, by the way, either. I'm pointing that out. that. Okay, by the way, really seriously, like, I'm not tolerating this. Hypnotized to repetitively chant that I'm being abused. While recording myself writing. To keep me from trying to talk while writing. Okay, the hypnosis, again, this is inhibiting my ability to write from trying to talk. And I've already given the example that this has happened before with the hypnosis inhibiting my ability to write quickly and inhibiting my legibility of my handwriting to conceal hypnotic speech impairment. Say, this is going to do, oh yeah, wait, what, memory repression and cognitive impairment. To conceal hypnotic speech impairment. Again, there's the hypnosis inhibiting the speed of my handwriting. Cognitive impairment. See what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Memory repression and hypnotic memory repression. Okay, by the way, that's I can't talk right now because of the hypnosis doing this to me, but I can also actually write fast and legibly at the same time without writing faster impairing the legibility at all whatsoever under normal circumstances. But because of that, this is one of the things that I noticed with the hypnosis that it was trying to do before without being noticeable. But since I noticed it, I remembered it, and then it was kind of repressed from my memory for a little while. But when I am consciously aware of it and paying attention to it, and also the hypnosis is really inhibiting me right now. This shouldn't be happening. It should not be happening at all. And that M is a little bit messy because of the hypnosis, and it shouldn't affect at all the legibility or neatness. I also have a sample of some very neat handwriting in here in my hypnosis courses. Let's see, specifically like here. So this is what I mean by putting them in prison for it, because you can see there's a lot of notes in here that are just very neat handwriting. And it doesn't require me to talk extremely slow to be able to write that neat. And the more rapid I'm trying to talk, the more the hypnosis is impairing my ability to speak. as a form of punishment to deter me from trying to speak clearly and quickly as well. It's also inhibiting my articulation and impairing my cognition, and impairing my ability to articulate very quickly to try to conceal the hypnosis inhibiting my ability to speak. Because whenever I would try to, it would worsen whenever I would try to resist the post-hypnotic suggestions. So anyways, there's a lot more in there. More neat handwriting. And I'm not going to let it go. They're going to prison for it. So I actually have evidence on Jordan Valley Medical Center's security cameras that they're legally obligated to keep according to HIPAA privacy laws for a minimum of 7 years, where I was hypnotized twice in the emergency room. During 2 different emergency room visits. This was back in 2019 at the end of the year. So it's been about 3 years now, but they still have to legally keep it for a minimum of 4 additional years. I have shown my hypnosis certificate in several of my videos from Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. This is notes from the course Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. There is further evidence as well. Cache County Sheriff's Office actually has evidence that I was hypnotized. I have further evidence and screenshots and messages that I have printed off, and I believe I have copies of those screenshots elsewhere too, but I probably will go ahead and make copies of the screenshots just to make 100% sure, even though they are on some videos too on YouTube. So this is going to have to go into the pile with the intro. Alright, and there we go. Might even want to staple that to the back of my intro. Right, let me just think about this for a second, because first of all, the hypnosis hates, first of all, the people that hypnotize me hate when I think. They hypnotize me not to think. They tried to hypnotize me to act impulsively as well, and I'm not willing to. And I can think just fine. I don't have to deal with any cognitive impairment, but this is taking a lot of time. I'm not willing to deal with this. Mexican cartel, right, there we go. Scared that if I attempted to legalize marijuana, hypnosis is really inhibiting me right now. If I attempted to legalize marijuana, that we're scared of any violent, faster, please, retaliation. Okay, the hypnosis is really inhibiting my ability to write right now. From any violent retaliation for legalizing marijuana. Okay, the hypnosis is really inhibiting me a lot right now. This is very good evidence of it. And that, like, it's not physically strenuous to write fast. Scared of any violent retaliation for legalizing marijuana from the Mexican cartel because it's right here. Marijuana wasn't extremely because marijuana is an extremely profitable this is taking too long, by the way. This is why this is happening. This is why it's happening. It's because the hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to write quickly, so as long as I keep pointing that out too, it makes it difficult for them to be able to consume excessive amounts of time. And by the way, that facial expression was also the hypnosis. I shouldn't be straining at all writing. I should have no difficulty writing. See how for a second my hand just became completely obedient and now it's not, but that if I, because marijuana is an extremely profitable commodity. I don't have to obey the post and rock suggestions at all. And product for them. I was told that Donald Trump did this, and since Donald Trump did this, that I wouldn't have to be scared of the Mexican cartel retaliating violently for legalizing marijuana because marijuana was an extremely profitable commodity. And product for them, since the Mexican cartel would be benefiting from marijuana legalization. I was told that since Donald Trump did this, that I wouldn't have to be scared of retaliation from the Mexican cartel for legalizing marijuana. Which would that was the wording that was being inhibited from my articulation. It wasn't it, which would. And this would cut a lot of profits, or what's the word? The hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to articulate it, but like reducing profits, hinder, severely hinder, which would severely hinder profits from illicitly selling marijuana because then the Mexican cartel could benefit from legalization. And by the way, I shouldn't have any inhibition here. At all whatsoever. Okay, There shouldn't be any cramping at all here. Shouldn't be. Straight. The hypnosis is really inhibiting me. Okay. I don't have to comply with this. From marijuana legalization. Okay, so by the way, the facial expression just barely, that was also the hypnosis. Again, so I shouldn't have any impairment here. I should be able to just do this very quickly. And I shouldn't have to be extremely repetitive. That's what the hypnosis is trying to do, is show that it can slow down my ability to get to complete tasks in a reasonable amount of time while I'm speaking quickly, by making me extremely repetitive and excessively repetitive. And then if I'm not willing to be extremely and excessively repetitive, then I'm hypnotized to experience worsened speech impairment, and I'm hypnotized to experience. I'm hypnotized. That's the first time this happened for a while. Marijuana.